And we're with Henry Diltz at his office studio in beautiful Valley Village, California. And you're getting ready to take off for Germany, right?
Tomorrow morning. Yeah.
Tomorrow morning. September 15th at Leica Store, Hamburg. September 17th in Hamburg, also at the Kent Club. The 18th in Paderborn at the Dehlen House. The 21st in Dusseldorf at 34 OST. September 23rd in Frankfurt.
Right.
At the Palais Thaun and Taxis.
Yeah.
And September 24th at the Limelight Gallery in Frankfurt to wrap it all up. And it's Woodstock related. What's it all about?
It's my old pals from Woodstock that are still around. Chip Monck, Edward Beresford Monck. And his friends call him Chip. So Chip Monck, who was the lighting guy at Woodstock, and the guy in the microphone, don't take the brown acid, and all the announcements, he would read them on stage. And then Rona Elliot, who worked in the office there, and then a lady named Ticia, who was Michael Lang's assistant. So the four of us are old friends from Woodstock, and we've done shows here and there talking about Woodstock, and I'll show slides, and we just reminisce. And this a German lighting manufacturer, he's a millionaire lighting company guy, and he was friends with Chip Monck because that's the lighting world. And he wanted us to come to Germany to talk about Woodstock, and we're doing six different things, places that we're going to talk about it, and travel around and see Germany, and sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun.
So is it going to be a combination slideshow, video presentation? What?
Mostly, I think slideshow, and then we all comment on the slides. I have a lot of pictures of Chip working and Rona in the office and Ticia with Michael Lang, and we're just going to reminisce and talk about it. I guess the Germans are interested in it, and
well, everybody's really familiar with what happened on the front end,
right.
via the movie, but backstage, back behind the scenes, how
building.
It was all happening from the construction of the stage all the way to the...
I got there 2 weeks before it all happened. Once again, happened with a phone call. I'm in my kitchen in Laurel Canyon. The phone rings, and it's Chip Monck. Henry, we're going to have a huge festival out here in a few weeks. You ought to be here. He said, well, Chip, I've heard about it, but I don't know those people. How am I going to get a photo pass? He said, I'll talk to the producer. And the next day, Michael Lang calls. He says, Chip says we need you. I'm sending you an airline ticket and $500. Click. I flew to Woodstock. Spent 2 weeks photographing them, building the stage, setting up the campgrounds, working in the office. The hog farm came, and all the stuff that went on. We went skinny dipping every day in the little lake there, and I photographed all of it. And so that's what we'll be showing in Germany and talking about it all. And I love Germany. I went to college for 2 years in Munich, Germany. It was an American college, University of Maryland, overseas branch. And there were so many Army brats, and I was a State Department brat myself. And,
this was when, and what were you studying?
This was in the late 50s, 57, 58. Well, I took Psychology 101. Now, I took German, English, I don't know, just all the stuff you take in college, history, first couple of years. But I took Psychology 101, and I really loved it because I'm interested in people, and it kind of informed you about why people are the way they are, and that's my interest kind of in life.
Well, you've told me before that your studies in psychology were quite helpful in just dealing with people and learning how to finesse situations and
as a young boy,
understand the motives of the people that you're dealing with.
Yeah. Well, as a young boy, my stepfather was in the State Department, and I lived in Tokyo for 5 years, from the age of 9 to 13, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It was 5 years anyway. And then I lived in Bangkok, Thailand as a teenager, and then Munich, Germany as a college kid. And so I met tons of people, so many best friends when you're when you're a service dependent, an Army brat or a State Department brat, you're always traveling around and you make new friends. You have new karmic group of best friends. And then they leave and one by one, and then you leave, and now you're the new kid in the new place. And so it's constantly meeting new people. And it made me very interested in people for some reason. Instead of hating them, I was interested in them because everybody is God made us all so different,
And the cultures that you lived in were all so different.
Yeah.
So what an education in the human existence, if you will.
Looking back, it turned out to be that, it was just life, me hanging out with my pals and whatnot. But so psychology spoke to me, oh wow, who are we? What are we supposed to do? What are we doing here? What, all of those kind of questions. So
how did this happen?
Yeah.
So you're going to be back in Germany. When was the last time you were there?
Oh boy. I mean, has it been 50 years? I don't know. It's a long time ago. I've been in London. I've been in Paris. I haven't been to Germany though. I think since those days, since the 50s, the late 50s, right?
Well, I think all of the folks there are in for a treat. So we
yes
hope they all come out and see you.
Peace and love. See you there. Okay.